Hi everyone. The most important part about networking basics for a DevSecOps engineer started, and this is the range of uh, private and public IP addresses. I will talk about private IP addresses uh, range and available IPs in this session, and keep continue with public IP addresses, subnetting stuff like that in future sessions. Okay. Uh, just start with this one, this text which I provided for you. I'll put it in the chat, or I will, by the way, provide it and share it with you later on. We got private and public IP addresses. Private IP addresses range. These range are reserved for private networks and should not be routable over the internet. Why should not be routable over the internet? Clearly, the reason is we don't want them to be exposed to public internet. They are internal, but we are going to route them inside our internal network. We might not need to route them outside the internal network, but we might still need them to route in our private network and internal network. Class A is starting from 10.0.0.0 to 10.255, 255, 255. It comes to a very large number, something around 16 million, I think. Class B is starting from 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255, and Class C start from 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. Okay, so this will give us a number of around 65,000 available IP addresses, I think. So you definitely rather to use this class A, which is giving you and offering you 16 million available IP addresses in large organizations like telecommunication companies or even government. This one, which is usually for mid-sized companies, but still it's got a very large number. I think it is more than 1 million something. And this one is just for maybe medium-sized companies or, you know, home internet and stuff like that. Okay, let me just show you how we might get to these available IP addresses in each range. Uh, to do that, let me open up a whiteboard for you and put it as. All right. So I told you this, the uh, class A start from 10. Okay. So this 10 is your first octet, and 0.0.0. Okay. Uh, I have seen in many, you know, books or in many networking training, uh, in order to get into the mm, available IP addresses, most of the instructors use uh, the binary, uh, you know, the available binaries. So, but I think it's not too much, tangible for us who usually, get used to use, numbers. I mean, we rather to use uh, usual numbering, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know. But just to have a quick, uh, mm, referring to them. So what they are saying, okay, they say, okay, this number is uh, fixed. So how many available bits you can have for this one? So 8 bits. So they say, okay, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits here. In any of them, you can have 0 or 1. 0 or 1. Okay, so based on that, they say, okay, how many situation you can have? 2 to the power of 8, which is comes to 256. This is one way, okay? And then they say, okay, for this one also, you can have these, you know, zero and ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they say, okay, you can have one or zero here. Or for example, 1, 0 or 1 here. So just you can have 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the number of available, different and situations for this one will be also 2 to the power of 8, which comes to 256. At the end, they say, okay, if you will have 2 to the power of uh, uh, 8 plus 8 plus 8 available situations, which comes to 2 to the power of 24, which is a very large number, which is comes to something around, this is just around 6 million. This is one way to talk about that. I didn't see that much tangible, honestly, for myself, and that's why I rather to talk about, real numbers. So let's get back to my preferred uh, way to understand it, because if I believe if you just understand it one time, that's enough for all over your life. Uh, since uh, you know, uh, you're gonna deal with these IP addresses everywhere. That's why I believe every software engineer, DevSecOps engineer, DevOps engineer need to know IP addresses. Definitely network engineers should, that's a must for network engineer. But as these days, even network engineers should know about uh, scripting. Uh, I believe even softwares and DevSecOps engineers need to know about IP addresses as well. Okay, let's go uh, to my way, or anyway, this is the way maybe I have seen before as well, or many years ago, once I was studying network engineering stuff. So for class A, for example, you got uh, 10, 10 dot. Okay, you got 10.0.0.0. So instead of these zeros, I rather to say, okay, you got one box, one big box. And instead of, that 30, sorry, 24 0 or 1 binary boxes available, I'm saying no, you got the, usual uh, uh, numbers, okay? 0 to 10 numbering system, which is a numbering. It's just a numbering system. I believe that, okay, since people had 10 numbers, 10, fingers on their hands, that's why many of them are using these usual numbering, which everyone is, being taught about it at school. But you know that even in some parts of the world, uh, people used to just have five numbers because they didn't need more than five numbers. So their situation was like this. So I heard that they even had the numbering system from five to five. So they were saying, okay, three, five, four, five. But we are talking about 10 to 10 numbering. That's why it's starting from zero uh, to nine. Okay, zero to nine, and then we say, normal number. Okay, so how many available? Uh, let's start from here. Imagine we got 10 here. Okay, here I just put zero. Here I put zero. How many numbers I can put in the last octet? Start from 0 to 255, which is equal to 256 available numbers. So you can have, for example, 10.0.0.0. The next number could be 10.0 because we don't want to touch them. Dot 0.0.1. So you can go like this till which number? 255. So how many IP addresses? If you just keep these two, three octet fixed, and specifically these two octets here, how many available situation you will have? How many available IP you will have? You will have 256. Okay. So now let's get back to another thing. Okay. Now instead of zero here, okay, I will keep this zero here, fix. And how many? Instead of this zero, I'll put one. Okay. So uh, so again, you can, how many situation you can have here? You can go from zero all up to 255 here. This one 0, this one 0, and this one 10. Again, you previously you had 256 available if you had this number as 0. But now you got 1, so you can have 256 plus 256 IP addresses. But at the end, forget this plus, but if you're gonna get to simple, you know, available situations in each boxes, you can easily get to this rational. So what is the rational? The rational is saying I have 10 here, okay? How many available IP addresses here in how many available numbers from 0 to 255 are there? 256. These should be multiplied. If you have time, you can go one by one to see why this multiplying is coming. The reason is from the available situations. So again, 256 situation here, and again, 256 situation here. If you multiply 256 to 256 to 256, which I believe would be 2 to the power of 24, okay? Because 256 is 2 to the power of 8. And for everyone knows about mathematics, it is clear this is the number, and you will reach to the number of 16, around 16 million, more than 16 million, but just I don't want to be too much fussy about the numbers. You will have 16 million available IP addresses in in case you use class A IP addresses. Okay, how many IP addresses? Let me open up a new one. How many IP addresses for class B you will have? So I told you class B starting with 172.16.0.0. Again, let this time let's do more binary, okay? 172 is a number. This is the fixed number. I don't want to talk about that. But 16 is 2 to the power of 4. For 16, as I know, this if you use prefixes for that, it would be 12. You might say why 12? Because this 4 will be added to that 8. So it is actually 8 plus 4. You know, but don't worry about that. We will talk about prefixes later on. I was just wanted to say why it is 12. So uh, once I say 16, so what will happen? If we go, if we have these binaries for 172, whatever it could be, we will have 8 binaries here. Again, just like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our second uh, octet. Okay. How many for third octet? It goes to 8 again. And how many? Same for the fourth octet. So, so 4 of them are already reserved because I will have 12 prefix here. So the number 0 or 1. So why I'm putting 2 here, the number of situations is 0 or 1. So one, if you put 0, you have one situation. If you put 1, you have one situation. So I hope that everyone understand it. Otherwise, just imagine, uh, just imagine these two boxes here. You will have, you can have for these two boxes, you can have 0 for first box, second box, you can have 0. Okay. Or you can have first box 0, second box 1. Or you can have first box 0, second 0, or you can have both zeros. So how many available situations? How many available situations you had? You had 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 3, and 1, 1. Four. Four available situations. We can actually expand this rational to all these boxes here. So that's why that 2 is coming. 2 to the, so you have 2, this 4 is 2 multiple 2. Okay, 2 situation, multiple 2 situation. So imagine for such a number, you will have for first octet, you will have 2 to the power of 4. 2, 4 of them. 2 multiple 2 multiple 2 multiple 2 multiple 2. So 2 to the power of 4 for third octet, for second octet. 2 to the power of 8 for third octet because you have 8 available boxes there, binaries there, 0 or 1, whatever you're going to call it, and 2 to the power of 8. So this comes to a number which is something around 1 million. Around. I'm saying around because I don't care if. And you know that many of them will be subnetted. We will have CIDR and stuff like that in order to divide these numbers in future. I'll show you in future sessions that you might need them in, You have to anyway divide them, and you already know that you cannot use the network IP addresses and the broadcast IP addresses. So this is actually decreasing the available numbers for you. Okay, now let's get back to our usual numbering system. Just let me open up another paper. Okay, so I had 172 dot 16 dot 0 dot 02. 172, okay, dot 31 dot 0 dot 0. So if we go like a box, this box will start from 16. The available situation will start from, or numbers which we can put there, start from 16 to 31. Okay, you're gonna use this 16 itself, so you have to subtract 31 from 15. So it comes to 16 numbers which you can put in this box. How about this box? 256 as before. And how about this one? 256 numbers. Just to have a quick refreshing. So available numbers could be start from 172.16.0.0. First one again, 172.16.0.1. So you can see that with the combination of these numbers, you will have heaps of numbers available. So this will come to a very large number, something around 1 million, more than 1 million, but that's enough for most of the organization and even big organizations. That's enough. That's why I think that it is the most, common private IP addresses which you will see in the industry. And finally, let's go to the third class, which is class C. And that is something you usually even see in your internal home network, starting from 192.168.0.0 to 192.168, 255.255. So I think that for the previous class B, this is class C, okay? For class B, I'm not sure if I put the right number, but it was 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255. Sorry, I think I put zero instead of them because I wanted to talk about boxes. So that was my bad. Sorry for that. Okay, so let's imagine. Okay, so these two numbers are fixed. We got nothing to do with them. How many available here? 256. How many available here? Goes from 0 to 255. So again, multiple 256. So it comes to a number around, I think, let me see, 65. Okay, let me give you the right number. I think it will comes to 65,400 536, which is a very, still it is a large number. I think that's enough for a typical home network. You know that in home networks, most of the time, all you have is 168, 192, 168, 1 and 0/24. Once I say /24, it means that these three octets are fixed octet. This one is the numbers, so that's why it will offer you 256 non-available IP addresses. And if you subtract it from two, which one is from the network IP address, the other one is the broadcast, you will have 254 available IP address, which is enough for, I think, even if you got, IoT devices, that should be enough. But by the way, most of the IoT devices these days are not using IPv4, they're using IPv6. Uh, all right, I think that's enough for now. I'll see you in next session. Thank you. Have a good one.